everyone! Today's story is called This Is Our House by Michael Rosen. The last two books we've read were about friendship. Remember, Wendell learned that you can't be the boss of other people, and Horace Morris and mostly Dolores learned that anybody can play any game. This book is about a little boy named George who doesn't let others join in on the fun. So let's see what lesson George can learn about friendship. I hope you like it. Let's look at this first page. Do you see those really tall city buildings? Yeah. Do you see those where we live? Probably not, right? But I bet you can think of a city near us that has them. Maybe you go there sometimes. Really big buildings. Were you thinking of Chicago? That's what I was thinking of. So definitely this story must take place in a city, so not where we live. George was in the house. "This house is mine and no one else is coming in," George said. "This is not your house, George," said Lindy. "It belongs to everybody." "No, it doesn't," said George. "This house is all for me." Oh no. Already bad attitude. Lindy and Marley went for a walk over to the swings. "It's not George's house, is it?" said Lindy. "Of course it isn't," said Marley. Lindy and Marley looked in the window. "It's not your house, George. We're coming in." "Oh, no, you're not," said George. "This house isn't for girls." What story does that remind you of that we read? Can you remember? No Girls Allowed? The Horace Morris and mostly Dolores. Good job. The Clubhouse for the Boys. Freddie was walking past Rabbity. "I've come to put Rabbity to bed," said Freddie. "You can't," said George. "This house isn't for small people like you." Freddie took Rabbity for a ride in the car. Charlene and Marlene fixed the front wheel. "George won't let me and Rabbity in the house," said Freddie. Charlene and Marlene and Freddie and Rabbity headed straight for the house. "Stop right there," said George. "We're coming in to fix the fridge," said Charlene and Marlene. "Oh, no, you're not," said George. "This house isn't for twins." How do you think George is acting right now? What words would you use to describe him? Kind of bossy, right? Not nice. Luther's jumbo jet landed in the house. He went in to get it. "Where do you think you're going?" said George. "Flight 505 has crashed," said Luther, "and I'm coming in for the rescue. Fire, fire, wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo." "You're not coming in here," said George. Oh, pushed another kid out. Oh, that is not good. Luther radioed for help. "Calling Dr. Sophie, calling Dr. Sophie. Can I help you?" said Sophie. We can't get at the plane, Doctor," said Luther. "Leave it to me," said Sophie. Sophie and Luther pushed through the crowd. "Make way for the doctor," said Luther. "We're coming in," said Sophie. "Oh, no, you're not," said George. "This house isn't for people with glasses." Rashida had a plan. "I'm going to tunnel in." She poked her head under the house. "Go away," said George. "This is my house." "Well, this is my tunnel," said Rashida. Ooh. "Well, tunnel somewhere else," said George. "This house isn't for people who like tunnels." George always has a reason to keep people out. What's wrong with that? Why would you not act like that? It's not very nice, right? It was getting very noisy around the house now, and hot, and George wanted to go to the bathroom. "I'm going to leave my house now," said George, "and no one can go in while I'm gone." The author wrote that with all caps. Remember, that means it's really important we should say it like that. George went to the bathroom. Lindy, Marley, Freddie, Rabbity, Marlene, Charlene, Luther, Sophie, and Rashida went straight into the house. George came back. There was no room for George. "This house isn't for people with red hair," said Charlene. Ooh. What do you think about that? They told him that he can't come now because of his red hair. Taste of his own medicine, huh? Kind of like Wendell and Sophie. George started to shout. George started to cry. George started to stamp his feet and kick the wall. Then he stopped and looked. "This house is for people with red hair," said George, "and for girls and small people and twins and people who wear glasses and like tunnels." Oh, what happened? Right there, he decided something, huh? It's for everyone. "Because," shouted Lindy, Marley, Freddie, Marlene, Charlene, Luther, Sophie, and Rashida, "this house is for everyone." Oh, everybody's playing now. Do you see those capital letters again? Yeah, sometimes the author gives us clues that these words are extra important. And then we have those big, tall skyscrapers again, right? Let's see. First page. Oh, look, what do you notice? It's the same buildings. See the playground? Look right there. And then what about the end of the story? What's different? What do you see? The rainbow. Very good, boys and girls. So what lesson did George learn? Can you say it? All right. We're going to answer some questions now. I hope you learned the lesson of friendship. Bye, guys.